Woohoo! But Margs. Yeah, I have to figure out what we're gonna do for that. Many things that must be done. Yes, so I'm now at the point of denim vests or denim jackets. Gotta think about that one for a bit. We need to have flaming tar jackets. We need leather motorcycle jackets with flaming tars of Grethor on the back of them. Ooh. Woohoo! Oot oot, as they say. I haven't done any upgrading. Well, it could be worse. I was listening to a story on Reddit Tales today of a guy who parked too close to a cement truck. So, of course, as they're going through it, cement's flying all over the place. Lands on the guy's car, so he insists that the guy give him one of the canisters of the cleaner that they use to get the cement out of the cement truck, which is mostly acid and just destroys his car. Yeah. If somebody tells you this is not what you want to use on your car, you say, yes, sir. You would think people would know better, but nope, 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 nope. People can be so peoply. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I'm playing around down on Dyson Sphere ground. Still working on my Voth from this morning. And you're doing your stuff from this morning too, it appears. Ooh. I And good evening, Cadargo. How are you? DT is hosting tonight, one, because he's awesome and it's awesome to have him hosting, but two, because it's my baby's birthday and I have to take his birthday present over to him, but not till he gets off of work. Mwahaha.
Okay. Sounds good.
What are we going to do tonight? Blow stuff up. What we do every night. Or here's a better idea. You know. If you'll give me 1 second here to kill off 9 more Voth, then maybe. Oops. Nope, now I got Klingons. Let me kill these 2 guys off. Alright, let me switch tunes, because you don't really want me taking this tune out. You want me to switch to that tune. Darkthorn, DT, your mic's muted. Yes. Say something
Hey,
now.
man. Just give me a minute. I'm finishing some upgrades.
No problems.
I've clicked about 200 times looking through this Armada and I've still not found any marks.
Trying now. I think you can hear me now.
Yep, we can hear you now. Wahaha. Is that better? Yep, Cadargo says yep.
Okay, so yeah, okay. Back to where we are. Rewind. Welcome to Pimp My Starship Thursday on the Darkmom Consortium. I'm Darkmom. Together we're the Flaming Targs. And we're going to blow some stuff up today because nobody's got a ship to pimp right now.
Oh, we all have ships to pimp, but that's an ongoing process. There's
Yeah.
nothing specific and new. I suppose it'd be a good weekend to try and get all this stuff upgraded to Epic, though, wouldn't it?
It would. This would be the best time to do it. Epic helps.
Yes.
Epic will take you from 80k to 100k if you do it right. Low re-engineering too. All apparently. We're just going to have to transport to Mirror Major because that little glitch where you're stuck technically in the sun.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Only two ways of it: change a map or transwarp somewhere. So yeah, the plan is we're going to blow some stuff up. I guess the only person not watching besides you and me is Cardargo.
Yep, at the moment. There's 4 of us. There's 4 people out there. We don't know who the 4th person is, but you're awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and a reminder, I won't be doing a show tomorrow, as I have
Tomorrow's
to go out and-
Friday. Oh, you mean morning?
Morning, yeah. I normally do a show in the morning, but I'm going to try and raise some more money for Vegas, and unfortunately that means being out the door at 5:20.
Yeah.
So, c'est la vie.
Maybe I'll do something in the evening, considering that traveling's a little different this weekend.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So you know what I'll call the show if we do decide to do something tomorrow? Mom in the Morning Evening Edition.
There you go. Mom in the Morning Evening Edition without the mom, maybe.
Yeah.
No, without mom. Yeah, I have to.
Now with even less mom.
So Captain Winters is officially on the Twitch channel now.
Hello, Captain Winters.
I already said hello to him.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm Captain Winston.
Okay. Hey,
But it's nice to have you there in chat too, as well as in chat.
Hey, I'm reading 2 different screens here, okay? Anyway, let's do this right. Blah blah. We're waiting for mom, therefore we will
I'm here.
pick up. Oh, you ready to go? Ready to be recruited?
I'm there. I accept your invitation.
Or if we can find somebody who wants to do some control, I will take somebody who does control.
I've always fancied doing a Space Wizard build, but
Yeah.
never done it.
It takes a little. It's going to have to be a separate character to do it right.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you do have
It
to
needs
create
to
a
be,
character specifically to it. Ed has done a couple of Space Wizards that are amazing.
Does it need to be a science background then?
Yeah, definitely.
You don't really have to be, but it does help.
It definitely helps.
And hello, Swear Not Wasted. Welcome to the Thursday stream. It is Upgrade Weekend. I need a bring voice first. Upgrade Weekend. Sunday, sorry. All the way through to Monday. Early in the morning. Anyway, we're looking for Upgrades are so random. I had something make up to like 50% before it finally popped the upgrade.
Ooh.
That was just brutal. But anyway, like I said, we're going to be looking for a 5th for our... I should just invite everybody to the team while I'm at it too.
Mm-hmm. Makes some sense.
But yeah, we know anybody who's got control out there. If not, or a 5th if we're just crazy.
I'm in a private lobby now, but I've just got a team invite. Jason Kane invited to join a team.
Yep. And I'm throwing a team in here in case I have to go pick up a random.
Did not bug out though if we're in a private under a normal team.
Yeah. No, I start with private because if we can get a full group on private, I'd literally run a private if we had somebody who can do control for us.
And to message Dimac.
Okay.
Message Dimmock because I don't have Dimmock on my list.
I could message Sphinx.
Going to quickly do that, Mark. I'm just upgrading stuff right now.
If he says yes, I will hand the leadership over so you can invite him, or... But yeah, this is going to be a fun point today. I gotta keep copying more stuff onto names on here just so I can identify people quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's knowing she's got to do that too.
Oh,
So-
I've got my names. I've got my big list of names. Mom's big list of names.
Well, the comic thing, I know you. I don't. I'm starting to comment out on names so I know who's who. Anybody who I don't have commented it is like I know them from somewhere.
I'm looking for something in my list. Ooh. That was weird. My audio just cut out.
Swear I'm not wasted. Weapons will upgrade on going from very rare to epic.
Eventually.
No, they will. They do more damage. It's going to bring up your DPS, unless your flying is complete trash.
Someone who put an X up for us in the chat.
Oh. What am I looking for?
Jay,
Have you heard
Davis,
back? Have you heard back, Mark, or do I just have to start queuing this thing?
Someone's put in the local channel. No? I've got one. Yeah, I've got one.
All right, I'll give you. I will hand over the reins of leadership to you.
Okay. I keep getting like a green pop-up task force invite failed over and over again.
They're all in here, so let me. Yeah, you want to hand leadership back to me? I'll queue it.
Well, me and Dimac coming to private. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Or invite them to this. I'll invite them to the private. I'll make sure.
We got 5 who should be able to host a private.
Yeah. But Mark dropped out of the private. Gotta love that.
It says I'm in one with Dimac. It's bugging out for me. I don't know what's going on with it.
All right, leave your private. I'll invite you both back in here.
I'm not.
I can see everybody in the team right now.
Yeah. Except Mark dropped out completely.
I've just left everything now.
And I'm not in charge of the team. You just jumped out so put somebody else in charge.
Oh, okay.
Is it me?
I got him invited. I'm inviting him to the private. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Here.
There we go. We are in a private queue. Or a private team, rather. Yay!
I just see.
Go.
Okay, apparently I'm warping somewhere, though there's only 2 people in the team.
No, there's. Ignore the team. You have to look at the private.
I have a task force operation thing window open for that. I figured that would be easier. No wee-woos, just jump in and murder.
After 35 seconds, jump in and murder.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the upgrades, then. Oops.
Alright, I think this is the first time I've actually flown a ship where everything is epic on it.
I was literally just thinking the same thing. Everything's gold now.
I did some work on mine, so we'll see what happens. 2, 1.
All the spheres gone?
Yep.
Pop an engineering plate, by the way.
I'm gonna do it. Everything's clear. You want to get in position, Mom?
I'm on my way.
Can you pop a heal, Mom?
I just did.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw you were dropping down there.
My DPRM will not kick in.
Yeah, I'm having some issues with stuff today.
Yeah, my heal wouldn't go off, so...
Maybe I'll do the rest.
Bright light.
I felt like a good run.
That felt
Yeah.
good.
I mean, other than DPRM not going off for me, that felt alright. I don't think I've
I,
actually got it off once.
I had a couple things that just wouldn't go.
It was a very
weird,
quick run. But
Mhm.
I feel like there was a few points where I was just sort of flying without hitting anything. Let's see how we get on. I'm not close to it.
Let me be right back 1 sec.
397, I think.
Oh, my DPS went down. Yeah, fly that better.
Total attacks in.
And back.
Mom, you got 31.64, and then Mark, you got 31.17.
Well, that was close.
Who was tanking again?
Oh, I was trying to tank. Mark probably wasn't, but still tanked better than I do mostly.
I was trying not to tank.
Wasn't too bad, that other run, that.
No, that trait didn't do any good.
Well, I changed up the sequence on the taskbar, so
And that might
So-
be part of it because all my stuff isn't exactly going off when it should.
Always an issue.
Yeah, that is not a good thing. So
No.
always check your bar when you do stuff.
Well, I noticed my threatening stance had disappeared, so I figured I might want to go and fix that.
Yeah, that's an important thing.
Mark,
It
which
does
of the
help.
Mark, which of the competitive engines have you got? Is it the Prevailing? The one that does all the tactical stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I switched over. I'm still having issues with getting back up to speed after kind of locking into place.
Gonna get that commentary I called that I bought water the other day. There's some junk.
You guys are very quiet tonight.
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out what got moved around. There.
Well, I hadn't changed anything since Tuesday, and still things weren't quite where I left them, or
Yeah,
where I think I left them.
yeah, that happens.
So I'm just waiting for the innovated engines to build, because I noticed when I was flying that in that last one, I don't have enough engineering boost to actually get a speed boost when I need it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll build these, give it a try. It's an
I put
upgrade
them-
weekend anyway.
I put the competitives on, and you're right, it is an upgrade weekend. I should probably go upgrade them. There's something
hurt.
prettier. Mm.
Yep, this is the week to do stuff. All right. We're going to jump out of the private for now. Just to make things easier when queuing stuff up, because obviously there's going to be some more murder going on.
MDK, please.
Yeah, much MDK going on. As I look for a few things to move around and sit up, so... Oh, that's what was missing. I see, said the blind man. He was talking
As
to
he,
the
pick,
deaf.
as he picked up the hammer and saw.
No, I go as he was talking to the deaf person. That off the bar here.
Actually, what I should upgrade is, aside from the tank, is my Tetrion build. It's been in
Oh.
need of an upgrade for a while.
Yeah, good thing. It's the time to do it. We can help you. We can help with upgrades. We're not going to do it for you, but we can help by
Yeah.
telling you what you should upgrade.
Well, this one's just got a lot of plain purple stuff on it, so definitely time.
Talking about Tetrion, I'm trying to work out how one of my endeavors is do 500,000 Tetrion damage. And I've
Mm-hmm.
just been flying a disruptor ship, and apparently I've done 143,000 Tetrion.
You got something that's got Tetrion on it.
Yeah.
No idea what, but
Are you running any pets?
nope. This
Ooh.
ship is a pet. Just
What
before
the,
anyone else tries and gets it.
refracting Tetrion cascade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Could be that.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we reckon here then as a vote? Do I use the last of my Phoenix tokens that I'm willing to buy to change a set of 4 Agony Phaser dual beams from ultra rare to epic, or for converting 3 dual beam assimilated plasmas from ultra rare to epic?
I would go with the dual beams, but that's just me.
Well, they're both dual beams, just one's phaser and one's plasma.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, misheard you then. You said it's agony versus.
Versus assimilated. So the assimilated's on my main ship, and the agonies are stuff that I'm planning on maybe using on a build soon.
Oh, I would go with one you're using then. I mean, it's nice for the one you might be using, but tweaks now and then there may be another upgrade event.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
You're the
Plus,
one you.
Always work your
they're already-
primary first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, they're already level Mark 15 ultra rare.
They're
Yeah, ultra rare
much
anyway.
closer for it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody pray that I get these to. These
Oh,
assimilated.
please. Hey, Red Bear 1. Hi. How are you tonight?
Welcome to our upgrade weekend, where we're just working on stuff.
Where do I buy the Automata consoles from?
Colony, Fleet Colony.
Thank you.
All right, until the cooldown's done, I'm done with this tune for now. I've rearranged some table around.
I have to do transdimensional tactics on both of my tunes.
Now, if I'm really smart, I can go blow some stuff up in the Terran battle zone. I promise explosions. We're going to the Terran battle zone, ladies and gentlemen, where 30 Terran ships and untold thousands of Terrans are about to die. Why? Because it'll be fun.
Yay, I lost money playing Dabo. Yay! No, I didn't. Oh my god. Oh my god, I didn't lose money playing Dabo. I bet 300. I bet 300,000. I won 850,000. No.
Whereabouts is the colony? I don't see it on transport.
Fleet Colony Holding.
Yeah, I don't have it. I've got Fleet Research, Fleet Selene, Fleet Starbase, and that's it. Cape Earth, yeah.
You can always go to the starbase and you should be able to go talk to the transporter operator from there. But it should be on your transport menu.
I'm sure it was yesterday.
It's not on mine either. I'm looking right now, and Draenor.
Draenor. You're right.
Draenor system.
Just transports in the Starbase.
Okay, you can transport from there eventually, but yeah, it was a Draenor system.
Well, Red Bear, everybody's always upgrading stuff because you do something, you make it the ship as epic as it can be, and then you go, ooh, need new toy.
Yeah.
Must upgrade new toy. More toys for
Exactly.
Polyphemus.
It's all about the toys, man.
Yeah, really. So no matter what you got, always got to upgrade something else.
Yep, there's always something that just needs more.
More love.
Or there's some British sounding guy, you want more? To which I go, yes, I am discontent.
Mm-hmm. Not that enough is enough. It's that you get really happy with what you've got, and then 20 minutes later it's, ooh, I could have that too. I could have more of that. I could have an extra large that.
The ship is good with torpedoes. How good it will be with... The ship is good with agony phasers. How good it will be with more agony phasers.
Exactly. I don't know about 20 minutes, but certainly a couple of days, and it'd be like, ooh, yeah, more toys. So let's say the upgrade refractory period is longer than half an hour for most of us. Let's see how much I've got on this one. I've got too much junk again. But not a ton of the lithium. How interesting.
Generators offline. Watch it go.
Well, would anybody like to do transdimensional tactics, or shall I just do it later tonight? Or shall I solo it later?
I'll do it with you in a bit, if you give me a couple minutes.
Absolutely. As I said,
I'm halfway done with Terran ships. Eight to go.
Generators are offline, but enemy ships are crossing through to protect the rim. Stop them!
yeah, I have a few ships, Red Bear, that I adore. One that I want to upgrade, though, much as I want to upgrade the Tetrion build for my Toon Kethra, I really want to upgrade the Acheros that I bought her a couple of years ago. I love that ship. It flies beautifully. But it's been a couple of years since I've started putting any love into her, and needs some extra work now.
She's showing her age now.
Yep. And the fact that it's just older equipment, older toys. Absolutely. Red Bear, are you KDF or Federation would be my question.
Yep.
Good, okay. Yeah, everyone would like a T6 Connie. Except me, probably.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm ready.
Okay, let me switch tunes. Give me 1 sec here. I like that they changed it from you have to defeat the captain to you just have to do it.
It's a subtle difference, but
Well, it's the difference that means you don't have to do it 5 times to try and get enough damage on somebody.
probably they had enough complaints because
Yeah.
of such disparities sometimes.
After this last one, it took me 3 or 4 times until I think I did it with Ed, and he basically just camped out.
Yeah. I'll shoot everything else, you shoot the captain.
Pretty much. Yeah, Red Bear will be joining us as soon as he's done with his upgrade. Boom, I sent you an invitation.
No,
DT, do you want to...
I can run
DT,
if
do you
you-
want...
I can run if you need somebody.
Okay. Just thought you might enjoy it.
I always enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise my next point is to go to the Dyson Battle Zone, so and destroy some Undine ships.
I think I'll switch this one out, though. I had the solar gateway there. Probably not the one you want.
Probably not. I should change out the
Yep.
shield generator while I think about it.
Oh, I think I'll try that one for fun. Hey, Frost, how are you doing tonight? We're just goofing around, talking about upgrades.
Building up things as we go.
Mm-hmm. DT's in charge because it's my baby's birthday, and I'm going to go over to his house in a little bit here.
And while we queue up for Nakura Transdimensional Tactics, I'm going to go take a little trip over and send many Undine to their graves.
Or at least a few. I had to do Undine earlier, and as I'm going into the battle zone, it was just going into the free-for-all at the end, which was just perfect timing. Got my 20 and left.
You had a birthday on Sunday. Whose birthday was it? Was yours? Happy belated birthday.
It's Frost's birthday.
Is it a birthday when you're hatched?
Okay, it's a hatching day.
Yeah. No, seriously, happy belated birthday, man.
And many more.
Whose birthday was it?
Frost.
Frost.
On Sunday.
Frost answer, my birthday was Sunday. My daughter's was the next day.
Okay, Red Bear, what is your handle in the game so I can invite you?
Yeah.
What's can Frost hear the audio on this?
I hope so, because he's answering us.
We got happy 60th, Frost.
Oh,
You don't look a day over 70.
then he's looking young.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got room for one more if somebody else wants to join us for a Federation Transdimensional Tactics. Get that Universal Endeavor out of the way. You want to?
Yes, please.
Okie dokie. Give me 1 second here. I'll send you an invitation.
That's harsh. I'm not 60.
There's nothing wrong with being 60. I remember all those years ago.
He's retired, so he's got to be at least 65.
Yes, Red Bear, I did have you on the friends list. I just had to find you. I remember 60 like it was a few years ago.
If you need more people for transdimensional tactics, I'm available.
I appreciate that, and we're going to have another team in a few minutes because I have to do it on the other one, or maybe a little bit more in a few minutes. But I got a full team for the moment. Everybody's got an EV suit, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
I've had enough teams go in there and somebody's like, oh, shoot, I have to wear one of those things, and they get stuck at the beginning.
You know what I really wish you can do? Quality of life devs, quality of life improvement devs, let us replicate the basic EV suit.
I didn't get away with it because I was still in a private, I think.
No, this isn't a private queue. This is a team.
Did you get a wee woo, did you say?
I got, yeah, did.
Yeah,
No,
I got a wee woo.
It says I'm in a private team with Mum and
Well,
that's it.
You are in a private team because it defaults to that, but are you in the team on the main screen?
Yes, there's 5
Okay,
of us
yeah.
there.
Ignore the private one because sometimes it'll throw people in there.
You know, the easiest point, I'm finding it easier and easier just to go to privates and just queue it out of there.
All right, let's see who
Is there a
actually
way to
showed up.
join you? 'Cause
Yep.
I didn't get a wee woo.
Nope, it didn't bring you in for whatever reason, even though you were teamed with us.
You'll be doing the next one.
Well, I'm going to do it again in just a minute, so we'll get Frost on that one too. And I will re-invite you.
Okay.
Because I have to do it on 2 accounts. Ooh, no. Somebody got in the acid. Guys.
It wasn't me.
Well, we put a dent in the Tholian project manager pretty quick this time.
And thank you, Starbuck2030, for the follow.
Sweet, thank you.
And while it's not going off on the stream, and I gotta get Pi's help on that, he set this stuff up and it's not working on my stream. Not working on Mom's streams either right now either.
No, it's not working on mine either.
So the person who set that up's got to figure out what he broke. Like I said, I think we need shirts for one day, Mom, that says all Pi's fault.
We'll get them.
I'm losing my frigates.
That sounds wrong.
No, I'm going through it, and I'm just demolishing, everything as
That
I
makes it
fly
easy.
through it, and my frigates can't keep up, or they get destroyed too easily, and so the completely pointless frigates that are attached to Kasiki ships just keep dying.
Aw.
First world problems, first world problems.
Yeah, I mean, I don't use them at all, but I mean, that's not the point.
And it seems like the point if you're complaining about it.
Oh no, it trapped me in its web. It is already falling apart.
Ross, did you still want an invitation?
Well, sure. I figured you guys busy,
We are
so
done.
No, I have to run
She's
it.
gotta do,
I have to run
it.
it twice.
Yeah, she's
Well, I
run
mean,
it twice.
Ross, what's
Yeah,
going
I
on with
mean,
your
yeah.
audio?
I was I got 8 minutes left on the Azure Nebula thing.
Okay. Well, we'll give it a minute. Or
Ross,
8.
Ross,
Yes.
what's going on with your audio?
I'm not eating my mic. I don't know what you're saying.
It was getting kind of weird for a minute.
Yeah, it's like it's cutting off the top
You
end
got,
of
yeah, it sounds
spectrum,
scratchy.
Yeah.
You're sounding like an old record.
Yeah, that's actually a good description. That's what it sounded like.
Well, my
Yeah. And your audio's going funny as well.
my microphone wasn't fully out there.
Hey, Duffy.
Hello, Duffy. How's it going? Welcome to join us in chat if you like. It's upgrade weekend. It's Pimp My Starship Thursday. We're just blowing things up.
I gotta figure out what I gotta do to make Kasiki more effective. It's not really a lot I could.
Let me see if I can do this in the Paragon Gaming 42 fashion. Be something other than a Ferengi?
See, I don't have a choice about that. It's not like I can change his race at this point.
Well, we can cut your ears off.
Yeah.
My ears, sure. You're welcome to try that, but I mean,
Okay.
I don't think it's going to change the damage output of the ship.
Probably not affect your ship
No.
too much, no.
No. No, we can cut his ears off. I got a grinding wheel somewhere. That'll work.
I don't know if they'd grind terribly well.
I know. I think it'll.
Well, everything grinds. Everything
No,
grinds
that's
well
not
if
true.
you just have to have enough. You just have to be determined enough.
I know exactly how he could do it. He could dip me in some liquid nitrogen first.
Okay, that would work, yes. But you're not going to worry too much about yours at that point, I suspect.
I won't really worry about much of anything after that.
Yeah. Yep. Hold on a second. You guys see this? Oh,
Do I see
come
what?
on.
I don't see anything. I see stuff blowing up.
The thing that just flashed across my screen. Sov got a T6 Infinity pack.
Oh,
Good for her.
very awesome, Sov.
Sov. But
At
it's...
this point, is anyone really surprised?
No,
No.
not at all.
I mean,
She
it'd
said-
be a surprise. It would be a surprise if she played, 10 times less. But at this point, you kind of expect Sov to get this. In fact, Sov is the benchmark for the fleet.
Yeah,
It's like if within 5 minutes of a new item being in the game, she's not gone, I've got it epicked and I've mastered it.
Exactly.
And it's amazing. I'm like, there's something wrong with the game. It's broken.
Exactly. I think she said she got 5 of the ship packs last time she started opening boxes. And then she gave me 20 keys because she's a lovely person, and well, I got some nice stuff. I didn't get anything super uber cool like she got. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to an extent for the players in the fleet, or anyone listening, I suppose, who puts in similar amounts of time and resource to the game. It would be interesting to start actually collecting some of the data to just go, I've opened 30 boxes and I'm averaging this many pieces of crap and this many ships. Because theoretically they're meant to publish the actual drop rate, especially in fact, how are they getting around that in Europe? Actually, there's a point. There's like a Dutch law, isn't there, that they have to publish the drop rates?
I know it is some places. I don't know if it's a Dutch law, but yeah, some countries do require that you have to make it known what your odds are.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting because I think that's one of the things that a couple of us discussed a few times is a couple of us are kind of like, imagine it like on like a bit of a graph. It's like you spend almost no resource in the game for a while, and then like say an upgrade weekend, there's all your lithium gone, or whatever. But there's people, I suppose, like Sov, like Augie, like some of the rest of them who have enough of a churn in the game that their ability to kind of put a massive amount of in-game resource into a certain thing is quite large.
Yeah, I always am curious if there's
it?
any kind of benefit to being a big spender in the game. If it actually is that real, or is it just a perception?
It's perception, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, it would be really shitty of them to just go based on the fact that you've put real world money in, we're going to give you an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Above and beyond the normal. I'd be very surprised if it was that.
And if
Yeah,
if that were happening and it got found out,
that would not be good.
That would ruin the game.
Yeah.
Well, at one point in my life, I actually spent more time playing the game than I do currently, but I've gotten 1 or 2 T6 ships. Actually, that's probably not true. I think I might have gotten 3. Gave 1 away. Don't think I might still have 2 of them sitting around.
Yeah.
Well, there's definitely people who spend money doing this, no doubt. Oh, I wonder if I can take down General Eknar.
Snap that off.
Oh, badass. I just had somebody say that I was cheating.
Are you?
No.
Oh, well, then heck with him.
It's funny about when somebody PMs me and says that I'm cheating.
Why are they saying you're cheating now?
Because I just took out the dreadnought, so level 5 base, before anybody could get over there to help me.
I do that all the time. I didn't free the ship before somebody got over there. It's like,
I just had somebody that was cheating. It's like, I don't see how that's cheating.
Depends who you're playing with. If you're playing with noobs who, don't
Yeah.
really like the term, if are not used to it, then yeah, it probably would come across as cheating. But as kind of DT says, once you get beyond a certain point of the game, it's not difficult to do that.
Somebody here just says, Red Bear 1 says, it's called having a good build.
Or knowing what you're doing.
For Frost.
22 seconds. Can I release this guy in the time?
Depends on
Probably.
how many tractors. Probably not.
Yeah, there's 4 of them. There's no way I'm going to do it. Yeah, I only got 3 down. I'm a little disappointed in that. Okay, I am free of that noise.
Alrighty. Let me invite you. Go.
Thank you.
And Mark, I'm inviting you.
I just don't think it's fair that that the Red Angel suit doesn't count as an environmental suit.
It does not.
I mean, she flies in space with a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it would be OP then.
It's not OP now.
If
The
Frost,
the mechanic on it is why it won't work, because you have the. Well, technically, I guess they could do it without the wings as an EV suit.
okay, Mark, I'm going to make you the team leader here and see if you can go ahead and queue it up and get everybody started.
Well, I'm gonna.
And
task force.
ISC will be
Should I
done.
leave that task force?
And ISC will be done with cooldown when you guys are done. When you guys are all done.
Okay.
Should I
So
be in
the-
a task force or no?
No, the thing is, I'm not teaming people in a private one, and you shouldn't be in my team. You should just, you should just be in the team now.
Mark's
On the screen.
Mark's every time seems to get weird. Might be a
That's
setting
why
on.
right. That's why I made him the team lead.
Yeah. And I mean, there are points where it drops in and out all the time on them, and
I don't see transdimensional tactics anywhere.
It's under Nukara. It's Nukara Prime Transdimensional Tactics.
Okay.
Does anyone not doing that want to join for a Nebula rescue?
I've been running those as an AFK. Not that I would ever admit that.
I've been doing them as private AFKs,
Oh.
if I'm being honest, but
You haven't queued us yet, have you?
Yeah.
You haven't queued us for Transdimensional Tactics, have you?
Yes.
Okay, we are not queued up because I do not see flashy green lights. So would you unqueue us?
Yep.
And let's try something here. Can you make me team lead and see if it'll work this time, maybe? And I will invite you, Red Bear. Oh, hold it. Red Bear, you're still on cooldown, aren't you? Or did you switch tunes? Okay. Let's see something here. Okay, so it's fine. Nope, don't want to do that. Red Bear, what's your name in game? Because I don't have you as a friend on this account. Oh, you wanted to help the guy who wants to do Nebula Rescue. Okay, my bad. Who's going to do it? Was that... Oh, that's so weird. Right. Let's see if I can get us queued here then.
yeah, no. Part of me wanted to do the whole vault mission, but that's been fun too sometimes.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm going to queue us, but don't accept it until we make sure everybody's got flashy green lights. Oh, and I don't have flashy green lights, so that's interesting. And it didn't take the queue.
Yeah, it's the whole private. It's a glitch.
Are you doing transdimensional again, DT?
If somebody needs it, I'll do it. Yeah.
Hang on a
reason being-
second then.
The reason
Okay.
being, I was going to say, do you want to do one of the either the nebula or the vault ensnared?
I'll do the nebula or the vault. Yeah, no problem. I'm not on the team for this. So technically,
Alright.
I'm in cooldown since I did the last one.
I'm going to try this one more time, but I'm not able to launch this at the moment.
Let's see if we can dual 2-man. Or you can well, not technically. You can 1-man as your nebula rescue, but let's see how we
Yeah.
do with the 2-team. See how
This
high
is-
of a score we can get.
This is bizarre. I can't queue it.
You'll have to You'll have to switch us over to a. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what
I have no idea what you just said. What'd you say?
I was going to say. We had to switch over to private if he wants to try this as a 2-man team to see how far we can go.
Frost, can I try making you the team leader and see if you can queue it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did this a couple of times in the last week with just 1-man. Well, obviously,
Yeah.
just myself,
Yeah.
getting all the objectives, but I want to see how high of a score we can get.
With this much firepower, it'll be interesting.
Guys, Red Bear wanted to join you if you... Oh, are you trying to do it solo? Hi, Oi, how are you?
Yeah, technically we're not. We got interested in doing a 2-man. Sorry, Red Bear, I missed that.
All right, Frost, I'm still not seeing it queuing up for me.
Okay.
I'll go for a different one, DT.
I think it's the glitch, but I'm going to try one thing here. I'm, well, thirsty, but well. You want to try it again and see if it queues up? Did you get a wee woo?
I got a wee woo.
Yeah.
Mark, did you? All right.
Yes.
I think maybe the problem was I was on the ground, and for whatever reason, it was reading my away team as part of the team.
Unfortunately, I couldn't do it as advanced because it wasn't loading right on advanced.
Oh, maybe it was the whole
Because the
advanced
event's
edition.
basic.
No, we went advanced last time. Oops.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking Azure Nebula.
Yeah, we're doing this one. Ah, somebody hit the pool already. Oh well. Oh, we're glad your parents let you do that. That was nice of them. My parents were the opposite. They'd be like, get your face out of that book. It's the only thing you do is read.
That sounds like a horrible life.
Oh, no. They were avid
Yeah.
readers.
And
Hugely
Sir
avid
and
readers.
Sarah Vampy, thank you for the follow.
Wow. Nice work. Lots of follows tonight. Thanks, guys.
Oh, that's the one unfair, you little. Just because you're losing doesn't mean you can just run away like a bad person.
Like a female dog. So off topic there, Frost. I grew up across the street from a public library. I read a lot. My mom was an English teacher.
pretty
She
epic.
liked it when we read.
My parents, well, let's just say not avid readers. My mother had this thing where she liked to talk about how well read she was,
Mm-hmm.
and the bookcase that she had in the library was like Timothy. Oh, sorry, not Timothy. Can't remember his name, but it was a Xanth novel. Not exactly
The
what you call
Xanth novels? Really?
Like
Wow.
not exactly what you consider highbrow reading.
It's not highbrow, but I like the Xanth novel.
I mean,
XANTH, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And I mean, it was fine for what she was talking about, and then she got into like freaking Twilight and all that other stuff. So
Ugh.
okay, you're just not a reader.
Twilight,
You're a
aka
composer.
which, when you go into bad fiction, there, but she's not reading 50 Shades of whatever.
50
Which,
Shades of Grey was a bad fanfic based on Twilight, which was bad in the first place.
Right.
And I've heard the stories about the woman who wrote it, and it's just
Don't know how crap like that actually gets
amazing. She self-published or did it with a really small thing, and lucked out.
That's not luck. There has to be something else there.
Ooh, Sir Vampy! Congrats on the fleet modules.
Congratulations.
Very nice.
Without trying, I completed all of my endeavors in a single mission.
That's always nice. I had 3 today that could not be done on the same map. It was very annoying. What did I just see there?
Okay.
Dyson Sphere, the
I didn't look to see what the goodies were. How silly of me.
Well, two-man team, we're going to get both optionals.
Wow.
It doesn't feel fair right now when everything's melting on the first volley.
I know. It's like, boom. Oh, it's dead already. Oh, let's
Seem to be
start the
spending
ship.
more. Seem to be spending more time waiting for the explosions to stop, so it doesn't knock your progress bar for disabling
Yeah.
the tractor beam.
I don't know. They're like putting 2 or 3 webs on me just to stop him. It's not working.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. No. I have to come back and do that. I have no competitive marks on this tune.
Oh, no.
Oh no is right. So are there any good fleet T6 tanking ships? That's Sir Vampy's question.
Fleet Tier 6 tanking ships.
Mm-hmm. That is the question.
Well, there was some unique... Well, let's see here. There's quite a few. I have to go through the list, but let's see.
This is glitched out here, where I am.
The Tier 6 Galaxy is a good tank. I'll head over and help you. See if we can get it.
No, I've killed everything. It's just that the tractor beam's not letting me... There's no ship there.
You killed it
But the
before the
tractor
ship
beam,
came in.
I mean, I like the Mogai, but I don't think it'd be a good tank.
Well, the Mogai wouldn't be a good tank.
It's a good ship, though.
The Odyssey does not have a fleet version, so that's obviously out.
Mm-hmm.
the Europa or the Baran would probably be a decent.
Yeah, so I was thinking the Europa or the Baran.
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Galaxy makes a fairly good tank at times.
The Europa's got a fairly meta tanking trait.
Yeah.
Hey,
But he's getting the fleet version, so he's not going to get the console.
I'd probably go for the Baran then, based on that. It's based on purely on the fact that it's command and it has a lot of hull.
Yeah.
But it handles like it's constantly on ice.
It's got a lot
It's
of
so
inertia.
true. Yeah, it really does. Somebody else had it, and I was running their account for them for a day or two, and it was like drifting. It was Tokyo Drift on a spaceship.
Let me see if the ship spawned in yet. Now they have.
The Fast and the Furious Starship Drift.
I'm going to tier 5 on one account, so this should be a fun afternoon, evening.
Oh my god, it's done it again.
What? Glitched?
Yeah, it's glitched. I can see the tractor beams, but there's nothing there, nothing for me to kind of
Yeah.
get. Ah. Ah, well.
Yeah, makes sense.
We haven't got any 5s on this one, have we?
Swear I'm not wasted says
Nope.
the Gagarin fleet variant. That's actually a good thought.
Yeah, the Fleet Gagarin's a good ship. It's not a good tanking ship, though. It does not
No,
have
it's more for
the
DPS.
Yeah, it does not have the attract fire trait.
It's true.
And the attract fire trait is good for tanking.
Battle cruisers have never been really good for tanking.
Well, no, they really haven't. I was going to see if I can get this one that was glitched out for you.
Yes, but it doesn't have the same hull modifier.
Yeah, I mean, there's more to tanking than just having hull.
Hull's nice.
Hull's, yeah, don't get me wrong, hull's nice, but there are certain skills which are better for tanks. There's Gagarin, it's a miracle worker ship. It is a great ship, like I said. And boom, I got it.
I don't know what's going on then.
I don't know. Yeah, 18 seconds. Might as well. Can you get that 3? You got that 3. 9 seconds left.
Considering we got no 5s, 73 marks, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Can't complain at that.
No 5s dropped for us, but we got both the optionals and everything else, so.
Yeah. Oh. Think it's about time for an ISA now, isn't it?
I think it is.
Give me a few minutes. Just killing captains.
All right. Now, when you do a league run, it's good to have a good control ship. It's good to have a good tank. Makes things a lot. They are support-ish roles, but they are great to have on the team.
They are
Yep.
indeed.
Or if there's no tank, Mark
Yeah.
performs the same duties.
Hey, DT, I hit level 5 on all my reputations, so I got those assessed stratagems. Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
Me, honestly, Sir Vampy, I really like the assault cruiser this often, but since I really started doing the DPS, I've been running around in a Gagarin.
I like the Morgu. I love the Echeros.
Gotta love the Morgu. If you're Romulan, and you don't love a Morgu, then
And the Vanguard carrier, the Jemmy.
Hmm.
Oh, it's such a nice ship. I mean, there's nothing stunningly great about it, but it's a nice ship. It's very effective, great maneuverability, room for pets.
I also like the Constitutions, but there's no easy way to get a Constitution.
Yeah, well, unless you're Sav.
Mm-hmm.
Sav just bats the little Sav eyes, and she's got a Connie. She's probably got a half dozen of them sitting in her apartment.
Well, technically on stream, if you look over this arm, there's a Constitution behind me.
But it's not in the game.
Well, technically, since my picture's on the screen, it's on the game technically.
Well, if you want to go that way about it, we'll find a technical way to get you your Lobby, and then you have to give Boom your ship.
I can't do that.
Why?
I support this logic.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. I bought the beast.
Beast? Oh yes.
Juggernaut.
I got the Miracle Worker Juggernaut, yes.
Yep.
See, Boom, you took too long with that Lobby, so...
Uh-huh.
Still trying to tweak around to get it running right, but still, it's...
I'm on my last captain, won't be set.
Switching over to that account.
Just ask Dimac if he wants to join us.
Yeah, it works. I had him as a friend, so at least we can ask this stuff again.
We need 17 more followers, and then we're going to hit 500, which would be awesome.
Okay, folks, if you know somebody you'd like to follow, we'll take all the follows we can get. We can use them.
Mm-hmm. 17 more?
Technically, because of the back and forth, I got it up the follower goal thing, but that's... Oops, 16!
Hey!
CJ Record VT is now following. Thank you for the follow. We
appreciate that very much.
We're the Darkmom Consortium. We thrive in chaos and destruction, apparently, these days.
Yeah, we do that. Let's see if that works. Yep, it updated. Yay! 16 to go.
Yep. So technically, I got to update because you get followers when I'm not streaming this, and that's why it kind of goes back and forth, I think.
It does. People join, people leave. Do people join, people leave?
Yep.
Let's see. Well, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to tweak a few things here.
Okay.
Just rearranging my keybinds.
If you like, Mom, at some point tonight, I can switch over to my tank and you can take notes on everything there. How it's set up.
I'm using my old Ed notes, which were effective at one point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that works too.
But they don't translate exactly so.
Yeah. I totally understand. Okay, I'm gonna throw this out. I'm gonna throw this out to our listeners while we're sitting up here. Do I want to go back? Do I want to go instead of 3 agony beams, a wide angle, and a Terran task force? Do I want to throw the Lorca torpedo back on?
That is a tough one.
So, here's what I've gathered with the Lorca Disco set.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not doing a torpedo-based build, so you've got kinetic both, you only need the 2-piece, so the wide angle.
Yeah,
on the
actually, you know
actual
what?
console.
I really do need the torp on here. I just realized something. I really do need the torp on here. Because I have I have 2 torp officers, so I need that dark matter torp on here. Because they don't buff me if the torp doesn't fire.
Mark, I've just come up with the perfect name for your tank when you finally build it.
What's that?
So similar to Mom's ship, but with a very slight adjustment for who you are and where you're from. You should call it, and most people will probably listen to this and just go, I don't get that reference. I guarantee you Mark will. Tanky McMankface. So for everybody else, Mank is a colloquial in the UK for someone from Manchester.
Ah.
Oh, basically you're saying you're racist.
Against Mancunians, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Also, there was some sort of boat that was commissioned, and they put out to the public to name it, and Boaty McBoatface got the highest votes.
Well, that's why I named mine Tanky McTankface.
Tanky McTankface.
Tanky McTankface, yes.
And then when we return the ambassador, which we can work on, part of it I think's got to be just it's just you getting used to the whole threat tanking thing, Mom. And we'll get everything figured out, and then we can work from there. But her second ship was Bride of Tanky McTankface.
Yes, exactly.
Very clever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his humor is so dry.
Yep. My wife showed me the picture, an album cover with no spaces, and she was frustrated that I didn't tell her what she was expecting. So I was having fun making fun of my wife.
That kind of reminds me of the whole News of the World cover thing in Family Guy. What is that? All I did? Which means I got this thing, stations, change that back out to the torp spread.
The torp.
Does anyone know? Do the DOF stuff for the beam overload shield pen? Does it stack if you've got more than one DOF?
I don't think the effects stack, but I think the chances stack.
Yeah.
Because technically each one. Even though mathematically, let's say it's a 30% chance each DOF. Each time it's going to be a 30% chance, so it's going to go through each DOF until it hits. Might hit on more than one.
60, aren't you then?
Well,
I was just thinking, this ship
well,
I've got rid of the torpedo off it, so why have I got torpedo DOFs on it?
1 in 3. If you have say 3 of them, there's odds are it's going to hit.
Well, one of them's a 30% chance for a 30% chance to increase the bleed through by 30% with beam overload. So with 2 of them, it'd be a 60% chance to do a 30% shield pen. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try it.
It doesn't hurt.
Why not?
I was trying to figure out what I've been doing wrong. My point, and it's like I went with logic. Yeah, I could probably do better with beams, and it's like, wait, I need that torpedo.
Hey, Oi, there's nothing wrong with old school builds if they work for you, if they make you happy.
Yeah.
If they make, there's got to be a song in there.
If it makes you happy.
And it kills things, clap your hands. Yeah.
But
it kills things and you're happy, clap your hands.
Now, I'm going to say this right now. It's kind of the first rule I always tell people, when you build a ship, make sure I mean, there's some basics you can always build to, but then feel free to modify it around till you find something you're happy with. I mean,
I
if you're
thought the first rule was RTFM.
well, that's always true, also. But we're not.
Assimilate. I've got lots of stuff that I don't never use.
Oh yeah.
It's so hard to be me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who else wants to join the team?
Me. I want to join.
Are you and you on the right character?
I'm on the right character.
Okay.
I was just tweaking my setup.
So we've got a tank, we've got 3 DBSs. Anyone want to join us?
If you would like me to join, I'm happy to.
For us, for something different this time, kind of hang around us a little bit instead of staying in the middle, and then just drop grab wheels as we go by.
Yeah, I can do that.
As we go by the gateway, because
Give me an X when you're ready, Frost.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Put an F in chat. There we go.
But yeah, I've been trying to do runs with other people to learn more about the better ways to do all the runs, you know. So,
Everyone ready?
oh,
I
hell
am.
yeah.
I'm ready.
Trays set. Grates are set.
Let us rock and roll.
And
It's
or
not
roll.
Mhm.
It's not letting me queue again. It's doing
Ah!
this annoying thing.
It's Mark.
It's always Mark.
So we go into
No, it's not me this time.
So we do
There we
this
go.
one. Here we go.
Hey,
Got a wee woo, everyone?
I got a
wee
wee
woo.
woo. Mark, did you get a wee woo? Mark?
Mark.
Bueller.
Oh, Mark. Where are you?
Bueller.
Bueller. If he's AFK, then he's going to have a really bad run.
Are you guys hitting accept?
Yeah, I hit accept.
Okay.
I did not.
Oh,
I,
hit it.
I think
go ahead.
I think I did.
No, we're not AFKing this one.
Mark.
Mark, damn it. Where are you?
Bueller. What we do now is anyone hit the accept button where we will anyone go to the TFO and anyone blow the bejesus out of everything that gets in the way.
The bejeepers.
Oh wait, I'm hosting this stream. I'm gonna make Mom in trouble. We're gonna blow the crap out of everything.
Language.
Yes, I know. Well, I was gonna go blow. I could do the other point. We're gonna blow the shampoo out of everything.
I mean, that's how you get all the dirt out.
Yeah.
What's that we're
Have
doing
I
this
missed
one as a
it?
4-man? You have, yeah. What bloody hell were you?
Yeah.
Wait for it. I was getting a drink.
It started already, or?
And we can't nuke it now because it wasn't a private queue. You don't tell anybody, Mark. You missed this stuff.
Has it started yet?
Yes.
Missing
it's
a
about
person.
It says he's in it now.
No, he's not in it yet.
Yeah, he's swinging salsa.
I'm joining one now.
Guy's here.
Spears are gone, but I died.
It's your glass is like half shred and then the other half is split.
Yes, we missed one.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Wrong button. Sorry about that.
Well, it's not going to be a good run for me, but we'll see what happens.
Whoever just pulled all those spheres to one place, that was great positioning.
Yeah, that's why it should be following the group.
Yeah, that's
do it.
really good. That's good.
Well, like cow, they do not like me.
They don't like me either, but
Ah! Always good when you're going flying sideways.
Holy cow.
ouch. Died twice, one was my fault, but
Felt like a good run for me. Let's have a look. Eh, it's an okay run.
not
So you got
great.
24. See, it's interesting. So,
Oof.
like, Mom, you got 33% of the damage in. Mark inevitably got 24%. BT, you got 28%.
Wow.
No,
Like,
we
Frosty
gotta
got
work on
9.
we gotta work on Mom's DPS stuff here. Being upgrade weekend.
Yeah,
Mom.
except I'm not going to be here very much, so.
Well, right now, what? Tell me something. What do you have as
Yeah.
far as your on your weapons? What's the mark and rarity on them?
Hang on a second.
On the bright side, I got 4.3% of the damage in.
All right. What have I got here? I've got Hyperdual refracting AP beams at ultra rare, Mark 15. My dark matter quantum torpedoes, Epic 15. My Baul AP beams, the first ones are Epic 15. My dual beam bank Bauls are Epic 15. In the back, I've got 2 sets of beam arrays, Epic 15. Probably could tweak that a little bit. One just plain old, very rare.
What are the mods?
And
What are the mods on your weapons too? This is
okay, let's see. Dark matter quantum torpedo. I've got critical D damage, critical D times 3 in damage. On my AP beam number 1, the epic, it's critical damage times 4. The beam bank is AC damage, critical hit times 2, damage times 2. In the back.
we got up those.
Yeah, well, that's not bad though. In the back, it's critical D damage. That doesn't matter because it's garbage. Critical D times 4 on another one. And on my Omni, it's a Mark 15, but it's only a very rare. And it's critical D times 2.
So on that way, so if you're going for flat out damage, Terran disruptors are the most powerful. But Agony is a little better than Zot. Mostly because Zot doesn't really do much for you as far as damage is concerned, and Agony has a dot that's attached to it.
I just prefer the Zots. I don't know why.
The Zot looks different, but it's not more powerful than the Agony. And the Terran are better than Agony, so I mean that's really where you want to go.
It's all about the aesthetics. I mean, it's Space Barbie. The heck with effectiveness. If it doesn't look pretty, what's the point?
Yep. Mom is here to complicate all of our intentions. I've got too much stuff. It's a horrible life, I'm telling you.
Sure. Yeah.
We can't find
Compared to the last run, my DPS did go up. Now, if I could not die, that'll make me feel better.
Yeah, my DPS was definitely less on that one, but I didn't feel in the zone as much as in the previous one, and I don't like the layout as much.
Yeah, we were kind of playing around here, so let me jump over to my tank here so you can. And I noticed something. I changed out because you're running a 3-piece. You're gonna have flagship computer stuff. You're gonna have a big boost when you get a lot of damage. Mm-hmm. I changed mine over to damage, and because I got rid of those 3 on mine for other stuff, and I'm not noticing any real drop off. So, but let me jump out in space here. We'll mouse over stuff, and you can ask questions on anything I got here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tanking 101, which I should go right after these messages. Can you run a commercial for a moment, Mom?
Sure, absolutely.
And Agony phasers are Terran weapons, Frost.
Your commercials are running if you want to turn off your mics.
Okay, we're back, and as I was saying, we're just going to show some. Just going to go over a little bit of this for a fellow tank. That's for that one.
What?
And I'm redoing my trig while I'm doing all that too. So. Just okay, Mom, if you have any... I mean, here's what I got. Like I said, my tank's right now a little different than yours. But I'm running the bowls. I changed mine to damage X4s on the front anyway. Except for one crit D still, because I didn't re-engineer it.
Yeah, I should re-engineer most of my toys on this one.
Yeah. And I had to go with the epic as you got on everything I can, because you just gotta grab the threat. That is the important part.
Who's my next project character?
Stations, what I'm running right now is I got over, I got some, I got a few, I got, I believe, one SRO and then three, then the Noskin Pirate and a couple Gemidars. Why? Well, the reason why, no, actually, on the Gemidar, well, Aurora has, of course, the leadership point and the tactician. The SROs have the Vanguards have that engineered soldier trait, which ups 5% weapon damage, 1% crit chance, and 2.5 severity. The
Holy cow! That's a lot of.
The hierarchy has a pirate trait, which gives you more another damage boost. And then the Romulan has the whole, again, the SRO trait for more damage and more crit. So that's why I have those officers in place.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Yep. And like I said, the big point there is just to be able to do, is to get in quick, be able to grab threat, which then triggers off. And I threw I threw these two on the ground because they still carry over on bonus.
Well, I was just realizing that part of my issue is that I've slipped out of Carl and back into 8-ball. So that's a huge issue.
That's an entirely different situation, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But you can see what I got here. Torpedo load time.
Mm-hmm.
Recharge for speed, because I just don't have anybody to get me extra points. Tag beta restoring hull when firing, and I do have beta running off on here.
Okay. Well, I've restored Carl and resequenced everything, so if I get a chance to go again tonight, which I'm probably not. My son just got home, and I'm going to head over there now. But I may be back before you guys are done. So I'm going to log off for a little bit, guys.
Okay.
Maybe back in just a little bit.
Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Tis
Enjoy,
my
have a
boy's
good night.
birthday.
Wish you a happy birthday from us.
I will. I may be back shortly, so I'll talk to you all soon.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Anyway, I'll tell people who are on the stream, if you got questions about something I got on here, feel free to ask. I got no secrets on this thing. I've been watching tons of videos, been adapting pretty much anybody's build ideas. I can get into things.
Why is the sky blue?
It is a reflection from the water in the air. That's what they always told me, which...
You said I can ask questions. You didn't specify what kind of questions.
Mm-hmm. But really, the real reason the sky is blue is because you made it sad.
I'm sad. That's badass. That's what I did. I made it sad because that's how awesome I am. It feels inferior in comparison.
Why is the answer 42? Because what else would 6 times 7 be, swear I'm not wasted?
Not 6 times 7?
All the stuff you do, you failed math. Wow. Unless we're doing Common Core, then who knows what the hell the answer is.
I failed math. I'm offended. I didn't fail math.
Anyway, like I said, it is Pimp My Starship points. So if there is... Even better. Okay. Now, like I said, if you had questions on the build for various points...
Well, now he has to specify. So the questions on the build.
Yeah. Traits. Okay, we can go over there. Actually, for the most part, the traits on this thing are fairly basic. Superior beam training, fleet coordinator, of course. Fluidic cocoon, which gives me some more kinetic damage. Gives me some plus for energy damage, because when you tank right, you get a lot of torpedo hits among everything else.
What happens when you tank wrong?
Then it doesn't matter what you do,
And everyone dies.
Oh.
Everyone dies, and we look at you and go, you have failed this team.
Oh, well, it's not the first time.
Won't be the last either. But for us flying with us and doing those grab wells where you did, that's great. That was great. Makes it a lot easier to just kill stuff. I actually don't have context as for kings on this character yet. I don't have those traits on this particular character. That's the only reason why I don't add menacing and...
How much is context right now, anyway?
Not for me, actually. I can probably grab it off all those boxes I got sitting around. Oh man, that's gonna hurt. Half my ship
is running 20 million right now.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's
Well,
not bad. Yeah. Unfortunately, the
I
budget
think you
on
need
this
to fire your
character.
helmsman.
Yeah, because damn, he just backed this thing right into the station, literally.
Someone's getting sued.
Yeah. And no, I don't have Adductor only. He's a little bit out of my budget at the moment. I've got 4 mil on this character. If I could get him, I would.
What are you trying to do?
There is a Jem'Hadar officer, Adduct Ukan,
Okay.
who, if I use attack pattern Delta instead of Beta, I can generate even more threat.
Oh, that's interesting. How much is he going for?
It's about 20 million.
Hmm.
I'll go over to the
Maybe
station.
I can convince to help with that.
If you would help, I will tank even better for everybody when those come around.
What's his name again?
I will throw it up on the stream in a minute. Because I'll just go right to the, as soon as I beam in, I will go over to...
Yes, where I have, with all of my characters put together, I have about 1.4 billion creds. But I'm not doing anything with them. I'm waiting for something I actually want to buy.
22 million at Kukan.
That sounds like he's volunteering that money for whatever you need, DT. That's all.
I am helping. I'm willing to spend a certain amount.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, increases threat generation for targets to your attack pattern delta.
Just put his name in there so I can get it right.
ADAK. apostrophe UKAN.
UKAN?
Yeah.
Adakukon? 22 million.
On a slightly related note, I'm fairly certain I got context. I didn't actually pay for contexts for Kings. I'm fairly certain I was just discussing it on one of the on probably one of the chat channels. Like,
Didn't I give that one to you?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 months ago, I just remember discussing it, and then it just randomly went, "You've got mail." I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And I looked, and I was like, "Oh, you've just given me contexts for King." So thank you again for that one, Duffy. And I will still contest
Where
that
is your
I owe you a
character?
favour for that.
You're on DS9.
Yeah, I'm on DS9.
I have your character.
Oh, where you at? I'll just jump to you.
I'm an ASD.
I'll get there in a second. Like I said, I'll switch over to my main, go through a couple boxes I'll pick up. I can pick up. Honor Dead, yeah, I mean, I got some traits I can get to, and I'll have to take a look at what Honor Dead does, because...
I got 6 minutes before I have to, like...
Oh, you already had Honor Dead.
Open some boxes.
Hmm?
I thought you already had Honor Dead. Wasn't that the one that I gave you the other week?
I think it was.
Oh,
no.
Momentum.
That was Cease's Momentum for a torque build.
Yeah.
Which does work very well.
I need to do something. I've actually, other than the Delphic torpedo from the Lobby store, I've got everything I need to make a kick-ass torpedo build. I just can't be bothered.
I know what you mean. I mean, that's the next point this weekend that I'm going to be doing upgrades on all those torpedoes and mines. Oh, there's a lot of torpedoes.
I'm in 15, so whenever you get there.
Yeah, I'm going to warp in right past Boom in a second.
Yeah, you're right next to me.
Yep, I know. Dock at the station.
I'm playing my Orion Fed character.
I swear I'm not wasted. I mean, I'll be honest, people help me all the time. I help people all the time. I mean, I spread the love. I had because of the Klingon pack, I had 2 tier 6 coupons that I could trade off to people. So I helped somebody get set up. Because they just joined the game and they didn't have a tier 6 ship.
Can you get into 15? Because that's where I am.
Yeah, 13, hang on. Let's see if I can get to 15. Yep.
You're in, yeah. Well, I'm right at the little seal.
I see you.
Where's the character? I'm looking for him now.
He's going to be in your roster.
I haven't picked him up yet.
Mm.
I mean, well, I picked him up, but I haven't, like...
They usually go straight to your roster when you pick them up, but you can move them out of there. As long as they're not bound.
I've not done anything with it yet.
Yeah.
There we go. Go to there. How do I get rid? Okay, maybe I can do it this way.
Worst case, we can drag him into the mail. Oh, there it is. Accept. No. Wrong one. There's got to be an easier way to find this. There he is. Put on active duty. Now I have to go get a tech pattern beta over or Delta, I should say. Change beta for Delta. I will get menacing. I have boxes. I can come up with some boxes and get menacing. Right. Space.
Where is it?
Delta 2, Delta 1. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I just... Yep, I'm using Miracle Worker and Strategist.
There you go.
Okay, stations... So let me go switch around and do some... Pull some traits out of some boxes.
Mess around and find out kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Pasika.
There we go. It's no menacing. I'm taking care of the menacing. I'm going to beam onto the station. Put everything in the...
Bum, 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 bum.
Dun, 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 dun.
3 more minutes.
Yep. Three more minutes until what?
Until 9 o'clock.
Ah. Okay, let's see here. Ground trait, space trait. There you see, I got menacing now.
Very proud of you. Your mother and I were very worried.
I know. Let's see, directing arrays. I hate to say this build is going to get very expensive very quickly. I don't have that ship. I don't think I have the one that has redirecting arrays. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I don't have those particular ships at the moment. That'll be the next ship purchase I go after. And yes, I do have history. Or remember, I have the Norenda.
But can he dance to Miranda?
Not really. Not yet. I have access to retaliation. Look, musical. It's time to play musical Andorian. I'm running all the way over here. I don't know. The traits I got normally on this, and I'm always willing to do more, which is why I'm going this, getting all these extra stuff. It pulls a lot of, it does pull a lot of threat. Let's see.
Cooldown will be gone in less than a minute. If anyone wants to do another ISA.
I'll do another,
sorry.
I'll do another ISC. Give me a moment to figure out which one of these I'm.
You DPSing or are you tanking?
I'll tank it because we don't have a tank for this run.
Okay. Frost, are you joining us?
I'm working on something really quick, but if I get that finished, I don't have a problem with that.
We'll be a couple of minutes yet anyway.
Yeah, I got to beam out, and because I trained Delta. Thought I did. I did. I'll give it to the other guy too, just in case. So apparently I bought 2 of them accidentally. Well, like I said, I used my coupons to help a couple other people, so I was being good about that. Well, gee, if I start pulling more thread on this tank. I don't know, Boom. We do this right, you may get to 0%.
That'd be nice.
I doubt that will happen, but all right.
Following the upgrades and changes I've made to the to Mega Garin, I'm going to take this one out for a spin this time.
No problem. Sucker is about ready. I should eventually change out one of my other consoles for something. I don't need the SIF linkage with what else do I have available? Let's take a look.
Oh, that's novel. That Eagle Moss Starship collections, you can pre-order the Kittimer battlecruiser on it now.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
We also threw in the Odyssey refit, which
I'm just about to order the Avenger one.
Oh, nice.
Does anybody know what what's it called? Crap, I can't remember. The hull image refractor is going for on the exchange.
Probably about 10 to 20.
It's about 10 to 20. No, the pets I'm running are Type 6 shuttles for a beam overload, so to pull more threat. The Class Cs, I should say. Technically, I gotta upgrade them to. I gotta get some more. Maybe I won't have to get some more. I have to get some. May have to get some more dilithium to get some upgrades later, but that will be easy enough. So.
Mark, you joining us?
That's
Mark.
Oh, Mark.
Mr. Mark. He's either fallen asleep at his keyboard or he's gone for a drink.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
6 million. That is crappy.
But no, I thought about it. I've also, the other thing I've actually run on here is actually the squadron pets, which do fairly well. The tactical flying squadrons off the Constitution carrier, which are kind of fun at times too. Yeah, I found frigates. There's just not enough of them that, personally, there just doesn't seem to be enough. They don't tend to come out often enough. There's only two. I mean, you're only going to get one per hangar base, so instead of 6 fighters or couple or squadrons, I'm going to get 2 frigates. And having numbers going after everything tends to work a little better. So let's want that one to be the primary. But the skills I'm running right now are Miracle Worker and actually Temporal for damage over time. Could go back to Strat. Because that got recommended on the ball point, and it does seem to work. Because the other point of Borg's, other point on the Borg points, they'll strip your shields like that. Again, you working on your overload build, Frost, or you're going to do another control run?
Well, I was going to do control run.
Okay.
What I'm working on right now is I'm trying to build a pet build that actually will survive in an epic, like an elite like setting. Just not on Kisiki.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the big problem you can glitch things up if you get too many pets out there and mines.
Yeah, and I mean I'm not interested in the number of pets. I'm interested in the strength of pets.
The quality.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you can get access to them, the Class C shuttles with the overload on there, they're not bad.
I like the.
We're on 6. Sorry.
The frigates, the Cardassian frigates, they're really good.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, because I need to attack a lot of things, it's not as good for what I'm currently running.
I just haven't decided on an actual weapon type I want to concentrate on. Once I figure that out, it'll be a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm on Kisiki if you want to do this.
Okay.
Well, more importantly, DT, did you ever think that the Gagarin was so small it's barely longer than the saucer section on the Odyssey?
Oh, it's not even the Odyssey saucer section. This is actually, the Odyssey one's a lot more. It's more oval, facing forward like a sovereign. This is the Verity saucer, so it's wider, and I think it's a little shorter, to be honest.
Insane.
I
don't know where Mark is. I've invited him.
I don't know.
Manage ships. Okay, I'm looking at 2, 6, 11, 13.
All right, Pack, you want to take a pit? You want to go look at us? Boom, you feel like transferring to 2?
Doing
Or
what
it's
now,
just-
sorry?
You feel like transferring to Sol 10? Somebody wants to get a look at us in space, apparently.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, going. We're going to go to Sol 10. But yeah, now I'm personally curious now with the extra threat how this is going to run. Because with this group, I have done like I have done usually around 90 to 95% on the threat on the incoming attacks. Pasika, that is your very nice running the vengeance. Running the oversized vengeance because I can see the regular one and I'm a lot closer to that one size. And for those not in the know, the vengeance was through a patch at one point. It was sized wrong, and as long as he never goes to the ship tailor, which he never really has any reason to, he's going to get the big giant vengeance.
Is he joining us for a run?
But Sika, if you want to join us, we don't mind having extra.
Is Mark back yet, or is he still?
I haven't heard a word from Mark. Is Mark even still? Mark's still in the is still in the Discord stream with us. The Discord with us. So I almost want to turn the volume all the way up and go, Mark. Speaking of which, I should turn mine down a little bit because I am loud.
You loud? Never. It's just not possible.
Well, when I switch mics and stuff like that, the volume gets turned from like about a quarter of the way up, which I do streams on, to like halfway. But I do love the mic better.
Who's got the elite Yokawa frigate that's flying around us?
I really don't know. Pasika, can you give me an ad handle? I'll hand it over to, or
If it's the guy flying around us in the Vengeance, I can just right click and invite him.
Pasika is the one in the frigate.
What frigate?
Or
Which instance are you on?
We're in 10.
I see.
Pasika on Boom, which is the Gagarin beside me, just throw something at him so he knows so he can trace you back. Easy way. Just like do one of these things to him.
Looks like he's already on the team, actually.
Ah, he's already on the team, then we're good.
I don't know how, though. I didn't invite him.
I didn't either.
Weird.
Maybe we have open teaming and that's how we did it, which I have no problem with.
Yeah. Alright, while we're waiting for Mark, let's just see what happens if we join him.
Who's shooting me?
Or do you want to give him another couple minutes?
I'll give him a couple more minutes unless we can find a fifth. If there's a fifth out there.
Well, who's that below us?
I believe that's Pasika below us.
No, like even more below us.
Oh, the one
Someone
in
in
the
our fleet.
Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, who has got the info? Probably blah 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 blah.
legendary flight deck carrier.
Tell you what, we'll do an Azure Nebula after this because we can. Let's see. He's doing the legendary temporal flight deck. I might as well just use it.
I'm polluting space. You know, I told myself I would never fly a Voyager because I just didn't like the way they looked. And now my most powerful ship is a Voyager.
Mm-hmm. I was flying Odyssey a long time ago on Jason, and then I got the Sovereign, which I like so much better, and I'm probably never going to go back to an Odyssey. And here I am in an Odyssey doing. But I can't lie, the thing can be a beast.
Mark, you're back yet? Let's just queue. The Pimp are waiting for him.
Yep, we're queuing. It is flashing, so now we're just in the waiting game.
Yep.
Frost, your ship almost looks like it could be a carrier pet for my ship.
Yeah, I think it probably could work that way. Well, that's a good color. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that one for right now.
No, I think really the next point here was going to take a lot of luck. Because it's just a pure vanity move. But imagine this ship in a Section 31 shield. Just like that.
It looked good.
It probably would. Now we got somebody flying around here named Boba Fett.
That is way too big of a ship to have a cloaking device.
Yeah.
What about the Kittimer Accords?
Well, it's from the Kelvin timeline. I don't think they care.
That's probably true.
And it was a Treaty of Algernon, not the Kittimer Accords.
That's right. I don't know. I mean, it's about half the size of your ship, maybe a third the size.
Yeah.
I don't think it would qualify as a carrier.
About a third. Yeah, I think the D7 is smaller. Actually, no, the treaty was still mentioned in Picard, so I think it still matters. Apparently, even though they blew up their home world, the treaties, there's still enough for a Romulan Empire that it's still in effect. There. Yeah. And Pacheco, there's still the Tal Shiar faction led by Sela and all them, so technically Empire still exists. Though Sela's now in jail. I don't know who's running that one. I know she's in jail. We threw her in jail. And she hasn't escaped yet. Of course, Starfleet jails like Arkham Asylum, they're out in 20 minutes.
Yeah. I think their jail is more conceptual. Just go to the corner and think about what you've done.
Seriously, anybody else watching the stream, if you want to join us for an ISE, we have 2 tanks, we have a control ship, we have a DPS. You can get some good numbers today. Yeah, this is an elite. This is an ISE.
I've just messaged someone I know, someone I've got on my friends list who's online, see if he wants to join us.
The Arrow Shuttle Bay.
Yeah, somebody I know, they got the tier. Yeah, one of the people with the coupons, they got the tier 6 Intrepid. And I told them about the legendary, and I get the feeling they're going to be saving for that, but they're just in love with the Arrow shuttle. It's like, why? I can throw the big ship out, and I can throw the freaking escort off the back if I wanted, or I can dump the saucer. I just don't really want to be honest. And I really do wish there was a way I can dump off the escort and the saucer at the same time. Because that would be really fun. But they probably have to make a model that doesn't have the... They probably have to do a model that doesn't have both parts.
Oh my gosh. I've had this ship for a very long time.
Well, hey, Mark's just joined the team.
Hello.
All right, Mark, finally.
I never actually equipped the Generate Plasma Storm.
Wee woo.
Because, I'm special like that.
If you don't really need it, then don't. Here we go. Yeah, Pacheco, I could use the Aquarius. This is the legendary I'm in, and I have the module. I just can't do it on this run. Because I'm pretty sure the module's in my bank.
Wow, just noticed my accuracy right now is 82%. 82, sorry. Percent, is it? That's remarkably high.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Scanning the nanite transfer. Gone.
trash, folks. And for us, rear control, I can do something else on here.
What's that?
I can actually change my grab wheel, which I'm using for some control stuff, and step in a feedback pulse.
That's a good one to use. Oh crap. They're too close.
They'll go
Yep.
after me.
I felt like a good run. Let's just get it past.
Sensors confirm that the transport conduit has been destroyed. However, our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted.
It was an okay run.
We need to send an away team there to look for survivors.
A little
Just
better for this one.
104.
Yeah. 88.
88 with 2 tanks, that's bad.
Yep. You want me to save it?
Yeah. What
go.
was our Vengeance's tank?
10.22.
Pacheka, I out-tanked you.
You took more damage than me.
Calling from another side, she took my call and then
For the first time ever, Mark, you've managed to actually do less damage than almost everybody else. You got
did-
0.27.
There's that you can take comfort in. Well, my job isn't to do damage, it's to keep people away from others.
Exactly.
Your damage in for us was 0.21. Mark's was 0.27. Mine was 1.06. Katieka was 10.22 and DT was 88.12.
Yeah, I got in trouble a couple little times,
Little
but
bit of a discrepancy there.
no.
Yeah, the gravity well was too close to the transformers. The problem with gravity wells is that you have to target something, and when I was going on that side, I didn't have anything close enough to actually target.
Yeah, he kind of was the wrong one, yeah.
So I mean, on the left hand side, I was fine, but you guys destroyed the one that I could have targeted way too quickly, and so I couldn't have actually targeted that one. I mean, I'm not complaining. But that's the reason it happened the way it did.
I'm not complaining either.
I mean, your positioning's significantly better than it's been in the past in the last 2 runs with where you're dropping the grab wells.
Yeah, I think that's something I'm trying to. I'm doing a better job there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're doing a control point, anything that's under a control effect, I can do more damage to with one of my traits. So, but since you're doing the control, I can actually probably drop my grab well and do a feedback pulse. Which I got no problem doing that.
Yeah, I'm just torn though, because the one trait that I think is potentially replaceable is spore-infused anomalies.
From what I understand, that's pretty meta for science chips.
It's just I don't know what I could conceivably replace it with.
Well, don't replace it then.
Yeah, I mean, when the swarm fused anomalies go up, doesn't it give everybody all your allies in range of the anomaly extra power?
No, actually, what it does
That
is
was electrified.
if I'm within 5 kilometers of any anomaly, which gravity wells count as an anomaly.
Yeah, I know
it
that.
causes an additional 11,000 damage, but with my bonus actually using it, it's closer to 40,000 damage.
Yeah.
So that's a good reason to have it. It's just I don't think it's as good as I could do.
Hey Frost, where are you? Since you're following the group, since you're following around with it when people are tanking now, is it a little easier at the end for you?
It is significantly easier, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I have no problem whatsoever grabbing all of the middle, making sure nothing is grabbed. It's when the tactical cube shows up that's when I'm screwed.
And since I can grab the attention of the tac cube and the gateway, usually that's all good, I think.
I just noticed I've actually just broke a record on this ship. I've only just noticed because I was looking at it going, well, 330 is not a lot. And that, compared to my D7, I just realised that the record on this ship is 290. Not even realised that.
Nice job.
Because you were running the other ship and you didn't think too much about that. Yeah.
I suppose when you get used to certain numbers that on your ships that haven't been tuned quite as much or quite as much recently, it's difficult to kind of just, oh yeah. I mean, in all fairness, I'm now running for 5 locators. Well, 2 locators and 3 exploiters on this one. I threw out the assimilated console. Did I throw out? Yeah, threw out the assimilated console and then put another locator in one of the universal slots. That's not bad. Yield reliable, still got a bit of punch left in it.
Yeah. Now I gotta figure more tuning to do on the Gagarin later. Or dialing in some traits, dialing in some officers, keeping those torpedoes back on board. At least till I get some Borg officers, then I can go, I don't need those particular ones anymore.
Oh my gosh, I feel so dumb.
What'd you do?
The ability enhanced sensors
Mm-hmm.
increases my control and drain ability effectiveness by almost 20%, and I didn't have it equipped.
Now, one of the things you might want to do. There's certain things which are kind of better using a manual cooldown, like for example, as you notice, we toggle engineering team beat Boom and I a lot because it gives for everybody on the team, for example, 40 damage resistance, 40 hull restoration.
Joking aside, I've just actually noticed that in the last couple of runs over the past couple of days or so, we've gotten that used to flipping between making sure engineering team is up that we're not even having to prompt each other anymore. It's just
know.
we're just kind of naturally doing it.
Yep.
I mean, it's a good thing, but it's also a bit of a weird thing. But it's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's teamwork going in, man. I like it.
Yeah, good point.
Okay,
Oh, wait.
since I can play with it out here for the moment, let's just take off the structural capacitor for the moment and add in. So I'm sure I have it somewhere.
Mark, are you still online?
Yeah.
So I've ordered that Eagle Moss chip that comes with 50% off a T6 token. The offer from the other day still
Alright.
stands if you promise to get either the Ambassador or the Vulture, so you get the History We Remember trait, you can have the token, but you must buy the other half of that token because it's only a 50% thing.
Yeah. Well, to be
So
honest with
whilst
you, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be on.
that's all right.
I am going to be on more, but as well as that, I don't think I have a 1500 to do it straight away. But obviously,
as long as you promise that the next thing that you buy is that ship, whether it's because obviously circumstances allowing, you can have the token. Okay. Because we need more tanks. I've started building I've started building out my Delta Recruit as a science thing as well.
For control build. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or you could give the 50% token and I'll give him 100% off.
Yeah.
I've got a full T6 token I can give to Mark. I've been back for.
See, Mark? We're all helping you. Welcome back, Mom. We did some changes on my tank and it's tankier.
I know. I've been here.
Okay. I didn't hear you come back, so.
I'm quiet that way.
Yeah. You ninja.
Ninja'd in.
She went in becoming a ninja on us.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny. So on a different note, so obviously I ordered that. I was going to order the Eagle Moss model from Eagle Moss, but then they went, due to delays, this might be 5 to 6 weeks before it arrived. I was like, bollocks to that. Found it on Amazon. It's coming on Monday. But if you read through the Amazon reviews, there's loads of people just going, oh yeah, typical Eagle Moss, great quality, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. And then this one person who's gone, I really liked the ship, but I hate it in game. It's one of the worst ships in the game. Everybody I see flies it. Everyone I see who flies it dies instantly in the advanced content. And then you just get ... Plus, it annoys me that the tokens for PC only. I'm an Xbox player. I'm like, really? I mean, didn't think the console players were that far behind. The Avenger's one of the better ships in the game. It's probably what, top 20 at least?
Yeah, there's some good ships
Which
there.
can...
All right, just so people can play around here, I'm dropping my reiterative structural capacitor since I'm using the SIF linkage. And I'm throwing on the Aquarius to launch in about 30 seconds. And we're back in 10 anyway, so I can go back over there where everybody is.
Why did I do that? That's confusing as hell.
Your ship, I think it's shorter than my nacelle. Boom.
Sorry, I'm on the other side of the room. What's going on?
I think your ship is actually, my nacelle's longer than your ship.
What am I in right now?
You're in your Gagarin.
Right. I can't remember. I know I was thinking of swapping over, but I've gone to Put some dishes away at the other side of the room. Yeah, interestingly, if you go to, on a different note, if you go to the Discord channel that's just called Lounge, I managed to find these two Eagle Moss links of where every ship that they make, they've put like size charts in it. Interestingly, well, I find it interesting, the actual two variants of the Gagarin, according to that, are actually different lengths in the game. So I'm like, that
Alien
seems a bit
ships.
weird.
Fed ships. Open original.
You found it?
Yeah.
I find stuff like that interesting personally.
I always
But
find
yeah,
it
your
interesting
ship
to look
is
at this.
pretty big.
It is, but I gotta be honest, I like it. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure on the Glen, which was the original design for it, the nacelle, like the other stuff, the nacelles are ridiculously long.
That is one of the things that did kind of annoy me about the first season of Discovery, is the nacelles are pretty long on the Discovery, but
Yeah.
they don't seem to take the length of the ship into account when they're doing, some of like the in-space maneuvers that it does. So all it basically looks like is when it's flying around and you see like, when it's flying around one of that Klingon cruiser, it just looks like a 5-year-old controlling it and just like, dragging it through the air, because it's just doing stuff where you're just like, there is no way a ship that long. I mean, obviously it's different in space, aren't you?
Yeah.
But different dynamics. But kind of how you would expect it. There's like no way it would maneuver like that normally. There's just something about it. Just looks weird.
Mm-hmm. No, I wish that the Eagle Moss managers were actually scaled like this. They're not.
Back in a sec.
No problem. So, how did your son like his present?
He was very happy. So we will go watch some movie over there one day soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might be something to look for the boot to make setup easier.
Definitely.
Did you find that at the store and it's got the little things to plug into the computer? Or
No, we had wanted to get him speakers, and somebody had suggested that the sound bar and subwoofer would be a better option.
yeah, yeah, in the room
Looks
where
totally cool.
yeah, the room where I got the TV in, there was already 4 wired into the walls, so I just got the stereo receiver and hooked everything up through there. Or 5 where the wires already ran through the walls.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one we got him was wireless.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah.
Bluetooth means I can actually, if I can figure out how the Bluetooth works on this thing, that's actually a reason to do it at that point.
There's always a reason to do it.
Yeah. So you're around for the tank run. Cool.
Yeah, I was watching.
Yeah, I kept feeling like I dropped threat, but at 88% with another tank in there, I didn't drop threat. And you saw how I flew it.
Yes, I did. Very interesting to watch from the outside.
Yeah, it is. Back here and Titan's about the swear I'm not wasted. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking quite at the point. So which ship? the ship I got right now is actually this is a hodgepodge of Odyssey parts. It's a Verity saucer nacelles. It's the oh, I can't remember the name of the stupid TAC variant. Nacelle struts. It's the Give me a moment. I'm going to grab the names. Damn it. Oh, I know it looks good. It took me a while to put. I just wanted to put something different together when I did it. So, give me a moment here.
We've got 12 minutes until the next run. I've got time for one more run, and then I'm going to log off for the evening.
We'll do one more run. I have no problem with that.
Do you want a DPS or do you want a tank?
I would like to do a DPS run. Yeah.
Okay, I'll swap over.
Okay, now I got this up here. Okay, I have the Verity saucer. I have the Endeavor struts. I have the Sojourner secondary hull, which I really do. Like I said, I like the look on this thing. It just, and the Verity nacelles too. So let me go change over to my DPS build. Eventually, one day, my Andorian will have a DPS build. 113. It is decent DPS build, but one day we'll have an Augie style build where just, hi, I'm here. People in the next instance are going to die now. And we'll take this sucker over to the SD. And hello, Slee 267. How you doing? We're doing some pimping my tank and pimp my Starship point. It's upgrade weekend, so been convincing people to do their upgrades. All the little fun stuff that makes life fun. Mom, would you like to run with?
Pardon?
Would you like to run with us, or you just want to watch some more stuff?
Oh no, I'd be happy to run with you.
Okay.
Do I have a few minutes?
Yeah, there's a few minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, we're just kind of going through, having our fun here, looking at stuff back and forth. So I will apologize, folks, when I'm actually when I go looking away from the screen, you're going to lose game sound. I do apologize for that, but it's just how things are set up.
He doesn't apologize for that. Don't believe him.
Lip service. He says he apologizes.
You doubt my sincerity?
Yes.
Every day.
We know you.
I feel offended. I do all the things I try to do for the audience. I feel offended now. I'm wounded.
I'm sure you'll get over it.
I'm wounded, which means I'm going to which means I'm going to have to just throw some insults later and get even. But that's.
Well, of course. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything different.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about. Ooh, that is a nice looking thing.
What is nice looking?
I've just noticed something that they've changed without being in the patch notes.
What?
The protomatter consoles that used to have the anti-proton stuff shortened to AP. So it'd be AP, and then in obviously the next bit would be kinetic. This time it actually says anti-proton.
It's actually said that for a while now.
Oh, is it? Okay. It's been a while since I've actually loaded in, so that might be why on this ship, should we say. So that might be why I've not noticed it. Okay, well, that's quite novel. I thought it was a bit weird.
They
That
nerf and all sorts of type changes usually, so.
Okay.
A new look on the ship. See how it looks out there.
Well, yeah, I do. But yeah, I mean, one of the other points going through, I will say when I do stuff looking at other people's points, asking questions, all this is great stuff to do. I mean, if I didn't ask questions about best places to go, because for us like you, I found it worse because stupid grab wells always start creeping back towards me as stuff got around it. I ended up getting murdered by my own explosions, and one of the other was doing a run with some people on Yaz's channel, doing the control point, and they told me keep with the tank and drop a grab well at the beginning, drop one when we're going back, when we're going to the other side, if possible. And I found that, like you, being with the group, made me a lot more survivable.
Yes, it most certainly does.
Then I immediately did a run. Then I did immediately did a record run with that side character.
Need to fly to lead starbase.
5 minutes.
Okay, see, plenty of time, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to change characters, or are you already on the character
There.
and you're just doing stuff?
I'm just doing stuff.
Okay, I'll put the invites together then.
We'll be totally glad to help however we can. Let's do this character now. 8 million. Slowly growing back.
There's tribbles on the space station. Could you let that happen?
Well, Warren fed them.
Should I go with Orion slavers on there? Torn
On where?
between Vanguard gunboats and
For a pet?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do anything with my pets, but I
Orion
figured
slavers will get you a little gear, but it's a little extra
I
to see. But
I wouldn't normally do the Orion slavers on a non KDF tune.
no, it's a Fed tune.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. I'd put them on a KDF tune. I wouldn't put them on a Fed tune.
what weapons?
A lot. Go ahead. They'll go out and get contraband and other stuff, which is advantageous for a KDF tune, but not so much for a Fed tune.
Yeah.
And they don't necessarily give you that much more.
I think when Duffy ran slavers, one of the things they brought back was a triple carcass.
Oh my gosh. The elite power siphon drones that I completely forgot that I earned give return auxiliary power to carrier. So everything I do is as auxiliary power. That might actually be worth using.
That's worth it. Yeah, somebody pointed out I could put healed run. I can use my pets for healed runs, but like I said, I'm just trying to attract threat and fire when I do stuff on my tank.
I am so embarrassed that I didn't recognize that before.
And hello, Kenobi. How you doing tonight?
Ooh, Obi-Wan, how are you? Oh,
Isn't
just
the line,
it's
"Well,
not
hello"?
Obi-Wan, it's Kenobi. Hi, Kenobi624.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was Obi-Wan, I would say hello, Obi-Wan. And then I should expect a hello there.
There we go.
I gotta sell off. I gotta sell off freaking hippos. I do have the Pipple. I just haven't unboxed them yet, Mom. I can sell off birds this summer.
Oh. Yeah. You need to take care of all that stuff.
Yeah.
There.
A lot of this stuff, unfortunately, I mean, it's the extra batteries I need.
Mm-hmm.
It's the extra deuterium burns because I just don't like keep making them. And a lot of this stuff is really just unique items, though there's some stuff we can get rid of. I'll throw to some officers like, since I'm using a self-modulating, get rid of half these sniper rifles. Full auto, that's a good thing. Another full auto. Another full auto. Pulse wave. 1 sniper. 2 sniper. 3 sniper. Plus I got the platinum on somebody. And if you gotta do energy damage, one great thing, folks, to have is, let's find it again. This little sucker, the cyclic modulation. If I can force my away team to cycle it to where I want it, that would be even more fun.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh, I don't have coordination protocols on this character. So I'm missing out. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a freaking hanger pet. But
Yeah.
I think I don't quite understand about this. The logic in this game sometimes is how every ship doesn't have the ability to have a hangar pet because every ship literally has a shuttle bay on it. It's physically painted onto the texture. Makes no sense.
This one's actually modeled slightly. It's indented.
What they should do is just go, right, every ship gets at least one, but the actual stuff with a proper hangar gets, the ability to do, like, for example, this one's got, supposedly got a hangar on it, so this gets the full 6. So your Gagarin should get the ability to launch 1 shuttle. Because, there's physically something there for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I'd be like Voyager, where I'll be just sacrificing shuttles. Launch the Type 8. It's destroyed.
I have a whole bunch of little nacelles flying off of me.
Yeah. I would have to put the industrial replicator by the shuttle bay, and we'll just start crapping out parts. Can you fix it? No. Get a new one put together.
DT, you should see this. Look at the little tiny nacelles following me around.
Are we ready?
1 sec.
Okay, let us know when you're ready.
Like it.
Let's see if the guys can catch up. Where are they? There we go.
Yep. Which pets are you flying now?
Okay.
What's that?
I'm ready.
Which pets are you flying now? Mom's ready? You're
Power
ready?
Siphon.
Whatever you want.
Nice.
Rocky there this time.
Because it actually enhances my auxiliary power, so I figured why not.
Wee woo.
We will.
Wait.
Yep. Yeah, I'll go into warp in different directions, so I'll end up in the same spot.
Well, obviously we'll warp out of Soul and then we make our turn.
Oh, what the hell? I can't launch my... thing.
Frost, be careful launching your pets if you have. They can aggro early.
Oh, I don't use them to actually attack anything. They're
That
just
was-
there for defense.
That was mine.
Mom's the one breaking it.
I've done it too.
To hail the starbase.
I've done it too. So
Scanning the nanite transfer. Gone. There's no data.
What?
no more. They get drawn in or they get drawn in sometimes.
Okay.
That's my fault again. I apologize.
It's all right.
Turn around, damn it.
Great positioning on that grab well. repairing that cube?
What is going on there? There you go.
This one of the nanite probes is repairing that thing.
Mark, I'm helping you pass that one. I'll just notice if I got.
I think so, yeah. So,
Felt like a good run.
Scans indicate the warp transport
The end felt a little off with the tactical cube not taking anything.
Yeah, I think the nanites that they get the 10 nanite probes that get spawned out of the gateway. We're repairing it.
That's awful DPS. Except for DT.
That's actually pretty good for this tank, to be honest.
Yeah.
149 is actually a...
you took 88 and 92.
Okay. Do you want to upload that one? That'd be interesting to look into.
What was mom's threat? What was the threat numbers?
The situation is grim.
Damage or attacks.
Scanning the nanite transport
That'd be attacks in.
begun. Additional data is available.
1.2% for you. 1.4 for me. 92.1 for Boom. 1.8 for Frost. And 3.3 for Mom.
Mom, we may have to go. We may just have to go change our thing to just pure DPS ship. For now.
Okay.
No, we'll do some of the other points. Like I said, I think the officer changes will do you some good. Will do you some good.
Okay.
But we're gonna build you. We're gonna go play with. We're gonna. How would you like to run your Morgu?
Well, concerning I just upgraded everything on this one. No. Morgu is for a different tune.
Yeah, I know for your other tune.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. Good point. That tune on the board is wrong.
I'm just
right?
really disappointed in that DPS there.
Yeah. I know.
Sometimes you have bad runs. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, I've had runs where this ship's doing did 100 and something, and it's like, what did I do wrong? Everything. Just
Let me know when it's uploaded, Matt.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
all you do is you look at it, you go through kind of what you did and figure out what you can do differently. Like for example, one of the things I learned when I do stuff, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
The positions I go to, like in front of the gateway, those positions in front of the transformers
Mm-hmm.
on DPS, those are flank. So those are flanking positions, so you do more damage.
Okay.
I mean, it's just little things like that.
Yeah, it's not a problem, and
I know.
not the best run. Felt good, but it's life.
Hey, if it felt good, then that's the best point. If it felt good, it was a good run. Like that wasn't one of my best DPS runs, but it felt good. I'm happy with it.
However, I'm going to log off because it's after 10. I've
after
got to get
10.
ready for trip tomorrow. So lots to do.
I'll leave it to folks. If you want to, I mean, technically, it's our time to stay. It's our time to end. If you want me to stay on, well, it can stay on and do some more. I will leave that completely up to the streamers. If not, we'll go right, buddy. Because
But you got everybody on tonight, so they'll probably want to stick around for a while.
Yeah. If they want to stick around, I'm all for sticking around too.
I'm going to log off in a sec.
Okay. I mean, we can do some patrols. I know I promised some people we can do some Azure Nebula runs. Did you do your Azure Nebula today, Mom?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see what the cooldown is on that. I have 11 hours and 15 minutes until my next Azure Nebula.
Ah, so that's going to happen while you're at work.
Yeah, it happens right after the morning meeting tomorrow. Fortunately, one can AFK it.
Yeah.
So while you guys were chit-chatting, I upgraded everything on this one to Epic and Gold and 15.
Okay. Off stream, I promise we'll go through, look at all the mods and stuff, and start figuring out what other little things we can do.
Not a problem. Not a problem. We will get to it.
We will get you
when
there.
things quiet down just a wee bit.
Yeah. We'll do it in our quiet times.
Yeah, we got a lot going on the next couple months.
Which are few and far between. By the way, folks, we are taking donations. I don't have the donation tool on this thing, but we are taking donations for
Vegas.
Right. Our goal, we're having a booth. We're going to try to do some interviews live out there for you guys. We'll give you some updates. If you come out and visit, hell, you know what? I'll even say this right now. You're a fleet member. You come up to us on the booth and we're streaming. We'll interview you.
If you want.
If you want.
We will be happy to interview you.
I have no problem with that one. Because I think that would be fun.
It would be.
We will make you a star.
Speaking of a star, we got to figure out about our tripods and a couple other technical issues here. But yeah, if folks want to help us out, we're not going to say no.
Exactly. But anyway, like I said, if anybody wants us to stay on, that's fine. If not, I will do a raid over. I'll go raid Yaws or Polarcade or somebody. We'll raid some STO streamers.
So I'm doing a really quick patrol to see if this was just a bad setting. I think I just had a bad run.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Slate 267, yeah, I'm still awake too. Well, for me, it's a little easier. I'm going to put the away screen up for a moment, but you'll still hear me talk. Because I got to step away from the camera for a moment and open up a window because the room's getting stuffy. It's gotten to the point where it's cooler outside than it is inside. So I will be back in 10 seconds. Right back. As I go stand up here, take 3 steps. Fortunately, this is a very long cord on this headset. Open the window. Step back, sit down, and boom, we're back. Yeah, if anybody wants to do some patrols, some runs, or anything like that, I am willing. But I am going to change something on this ship, I think. My traits. Let's see here. And we're keeping weapon and mineral overdrive, we're keeping super weapon, we're keeping preferential targeting. No, that's why. I traded that trait out. And it just comes back on me. I didn't want to overpower it this time. I wanted Terran. I wanted my Terran element. I wanted my Terran to buy on him. And then our last trait, the ruin of our enemies. Yeah, so are we. And let's save that. Let's rename that too. Okay. Everybody's being quiet. I guess what I'll do.
Yes.
I think we will go radios.
To bed.
We're gonna.
As always, it's
Yes.
nice to hang out with everybody, and I will talk to you guys later.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.
So we're gonna do a raid on y'all's. When we get there, he's a newer player. Give him a like, give him a follow.
Absolutely. He comes over to see us, so go over and see him.
And we are now going to go raid. So, like I said, I'm going to try to get on this weekend. It's not my usual thing, but I'll try to get on this weekend. Maybe we'll do some stuff.
Everyone, have a great weekend. I will talk to you all probably on Monday. DT, I might talk to you before that.
I hope you do, because there's stuff that we can plot and work on all over the place.
Super busy weekend, and I will be doing family stuff for a lot of it.
Yeah.
So,
goodbye, everybody. Catch you soon.
Good night.
And we are rated. Stream is